What's poppin', ghouls and goblins? It's your girl Baby Ghoul back at it again with another video. Today we're going to be discussing EBCJPG, aka Lily Chapman. Before we begin, y'all need to behave yourselves. We're not sending any hate towards any creators mentioned in this video. I'm not wishing any ill will upon Lily or her baby or her family, nothing like that. Let's start with who is this person? So Lily is known for travel content. She used to do content where she'd thrift pieces and then make them into new garments. Currently she's known for posting content of her boyfriend and their trips together and that she's pregnant. So basically Lily's dropping this Cancel Me merch campaign, so I decided to compile videos of things she's put out in which I've seen people validly criticize, and we're going to sit through them together. This is going to be the first of two videos. This video we're going to go over things that Lily's posted, and in the next we'll go over the Getchy and the Reddit. So grab a snack and a drink and let's go ahead and get into it. In this first video, we're going to see Lily walking her fiancé Scott's dog Sky in, I believe, downtown Denver with no leash.
You guys, Sky is generally very naughty when we go for walks. I have to very much try to keep her by me and not running away. Turns out, this entire time, if I wanted her to just follow in step with me, all I had to do was be eating while I walked. We don't even need the leash.
Saying that while finishing the food you're tempting the dog with is insane behavior. But aside from that, what are the leash laws in Denver? Let's look it up. As we can see in Section 8, it says it is unlawful for the keeper of any dog to fail to prevent the dog from running at large. Now I understand it's subsection C that it doesn't apply if it's in an off-leash enclosure, but she was in city streets. In order for a dog to be considered at large, it means that it is not controlled through the use of a leash, cord, or chain, or it is on the owner's property, but it has access to a public right-of-way. If your dog already has a history of not listening to you when it's on a leash, it is extremely dangerous to be taking it off leash just in the city. But let's go ahead and get into Lily going through the bags of women's things while they slept in her apartment.
Okay, today we're playing What Assumptions Can We Make About the Bitches That My Brother Brought Home based off of the state of my kitchen. Number one, they came home probably 2 or 3 a.m.
Yeah.
There's more drinks made.
Yes.
So they had more drinks. That seems like she's a good time. Number 2, this. King Super's card, that's responsible. Does this say Yale?
Yeah.
I feel like she didn't go to Yale.
That's Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon, so she's kinky.
Yeah.
It smells good though. Number 3.
Some summer's Eve swag, just in case. It's so fresh down there.
No, this is a nighttime call.
They were, it's nice summer's
Change
Eve.
of clothes, so she's prepared. I admire that.
Yeah, queen. I don't know what this is.
She's the thirsty girl. Slay, love you, queen. Hope you had fun.
Literal queen.
It's wild that someone that is so comfortable doing some shit like that, recording it, and then posting it would shiver her timbers at a fucking snark page. If invasion of privacy was a person, it would be Lily. Let's go ahead and get into her taking shots in a Taiwanese hospital while waiting a COVID test.
Christ our Lord.
This fucking country. Only thing that would be better if someone was getting wheeled through right now.
Really?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
This fucking country? Really, Lily? Anyways, let's get into her completely invading someone else's privacy.
Basically, we showed up at Fashion Week and learned about how it works, which is basically there's this private list of where shows are, and you try and get the list from your friends. I had a friend that knew a little bit more about it, so she went with me. We went to one show, and I showed the guy my TikTok, which only had 100,000 followers at the time, and he let me into this little show in the basement. And in the basement of that show, a photographer took my picture, and he was just a really cute, I don't know, middle-aged man, very charming, very sharp, and asked if he could take my picture. And then after he took it, I was like, hi, I don't know what's going on, but I really want to go to Fashion Week events. You know, where any others are, because I made this dress and I want to try and get my picture taken. And he kind of looked at me and then pulled out his phone and started looking for the list of the next show he was going to. And as he did that, you guys, I pulled my phone out and I took pictures of his screen because I'm batshit crazy. Yeah. You guys, I pulled my phone out and I took pictures of his screen because I'm batshit.
I'm not even gonna go into the host cheering this kind of shit on. Genuinely, what the fuck is your problem? Why do you feel like that's something worth bragging about? Why did you think that that was okay and acceptable behavior? Would you like if someone did that to you? While we're discussing phone stuff, let me go ahead and throw in this clip that she added to her Instagram story of her friend texting and driving. It goes without saying that obviously using your phone while driving isn't okay, and don't do that stupid shit. Don't risk your life or the life of someone else just for a fucking message. Alright, let's lighten this up. Let's go ahead and get into the story where she talks about fucking her step-uncle.
I definitely think this sounds worse than it is. 2015, when I was a sophomore, my parents got divorced. And immediately, my dad is seeing another woman, which is super awesome. I managed to avoid meeting this woman for about a year and a half because I'm a vengeful ass teenager and everyone knows I'll go apeshit when I do. But then by mid-junior year, I had calmed down enough for my dad to introduce her to me. So I meet her, it's whatever, I'm fulfilling my role as the daughter of being just very, very mean to this she's my stepmother now. All of a sudden, she's around all the time, and at this point, I'm 2.5 years into my high school relationship, so I have a boyfriend. One day, my boyfriend is over and we're sitting at my kitchen island, and my dad's wife is there. They weren't married at this point, but she's there, and she's talking about how her brother's gonna come by. All of a sudden, in walks literally probably a 6'2", blonde, just beautiful, I don't usually like blondes, but just beautiful man. Saying man, but I guess he would have probably been 20 at that point. Because just to be cliche, my dad's new woman is obviously much younger than him, and so her younger brother is much younger. So I'm sitting there, he walks in and he introduces himself, and I'm just oh shit, okay, you can come over. Now we don't really talk that much, but for the next year and a half, I see him at random family events, always just this is gonna happen one day. And then my senior year of high school, 2 things happen. Number 1, my dad goes to Aruba and gets married and doesn't tell any of us until he's back. Number 2, my high school boyfriend and I break up. This was my first breakup, and I took it pretty hard. We'd basically been together since freshman year, and I was struggling with the fact that anyone that I dated in the future wouldn't know my parents when they were married because they started acting kind of crazy when they got divorced. So I actually started spending time at my stepmom's house because I could just kind of go over there, and my ex and I had never hung out there, so it felt like it was a safe space with no memories. So in the few weeks that I'm spending time there, her brother starts coming around. I don't even remember how it happened, but at some point we traded numbers, and I texted him some joke about uncle or something weird. Anyway, there's been all of this tension building for years, and it's obvious something's gonna happen, but I think we're both oh my god, do we want to be homie hoppers with his sister and my dad? It's not even homie hopping, it's vaguely incestuous. Finally, after a few weeks of a lot of eye contact, he tells me he's going on a drive to Michigan on a little road trip to pick something up. Do I want to go with him? In part 2, I'll tell you why he's the reason I don't like guitar boys. This is when it started to get fun. It was almost summer. It was the very end of my senior year. And so on one of those Saturdays after we talked about it, he came and picked me up and we drove to Michigan. I'm just at this point totally wrapped up in how cute he is. I don't even remember most of the day. I know that the thing that we drove there to pick up wasn't there. And I remember that we got lost a few times. But anyway, we're driving back and it's just I'm surprised we're driving back. I thought we would have kissed by now or something. And then there's only an hour left of the road trip and I'm just do you want to, are we gonna make out? And he's yes. Being literally feral, he's 21, I'm 18. We make out in his car in this little small town off the highway in Indiana. And then a cop car pulls up. We're doing anything that bad. So we just continued on our way home. And thus begins a whole summer fling. I was having a lot of fun with it because I had never had to be sneaky before. I've always had parents that I could be super honest and open with, but I'm obviously not going to tell my dad I'm hooking up with his wife's younger brother. So it was the first time I ever got to sneak someone in and stuff, and I was having a lot of fun with that. But after about a month or so, it starts to become obvious that he's a lot more into me than I am into him. I think he's beautiful, but he had just a really different personality than me. But one day towards the end of me being okay, I think I'm kind of done with this, he comes over and he's I wrote you a song. And I'm and he proceeds to play the song for me on guitar. I am all for putting yourself out there. I commend him for this, and he is a good singer. It's just that would never be. It cut off, but that would just never be my thing. And ever since then, I just assumed guitar boys are going to be a little bit too soft for me. Nice. I definitely didn't totally cut him off because, like I mentioned, he's beautiful. I just kind of stopped texting him so much. Then a few weeks later, we decided that we're going to, I don't even know how to say this on TikTok, indulge in some substances together. And so we do, and we make the mistake of doing this before a dinner that we were having with his sister and my dad. And at this phase of life, I do not want them to know anything because I still live at home. He's kind of losing his mind a little bit, and he starts freaking out, and he's trying to tell me that he loves me, but in front of my dad. I took him upstairs and told him to get his shit together. Anyway, I moved a few weeks later, so it didn't really matter. Now I just see him when I go home or occasionally drunk text him.
It's giving Sweet Home Alabama. There's a lot to say about this. I don't think a 17-year-old and a 20-year-old are exactly building tension between each other, and if you are, that's fucking gross and weird. Regardless of the step-uncle shit, a grown man should not be fucking with a kid. That's just my opinion, personally.
I just went to get my first ever bikini wax, and I've never really had anyone in that area that I wasn't having fun with. And so I take my underwear off and I sit at the table, and she comes over and she's looking at me, and literally my first thought is how can I say this in a non-disgusting way? First thought was compliments please, I'm so used to hearing oh, it's so pretty or whatever, so I'm I guess you wouldn't want your wax to be wow, your pussy's perfect, but I kind of did.
Girl, you're paying a professional for a professional service. The fuck do you mean you're looking for coochie compliments? That'd just be such a weird and gross thing to do. I don't understand. Alright, I'm done with the fluff. Let's go ahead and get into the unhoused man situation.
About how I need to be canceled. These videos may have talked about how I sent a mob after a creator or berated a homeless man, or they might have just looked straight up crazy. I'm going to address and disprove every element of those claims, not because I'm a perfect person, but because there's a much larger, much truer story here.
I just woke up and I'm pretty hungover, but a boy is gonna take me to get a breakfast burrito, so let's get ready. Put a finger down if you just realized that you definitely left your bag at the bar last night.
Pussy! Sorry. Okay, POV, I'm outside the motel room that these people rented on my credit card, and my brother is in there talking to the man, trying to get my shit. Oh my gosh. We're going in. We got the card. Okay, apparently he bought my card from a guy on the street. So now he's getting in my brother's car and we're going to go find this guy on the street. We're trying to find a guy who wears a red backpack and has a dog who apparently sold these people my card. And we checked their whole room and they don't have my bag or my other shit. So hopefully this guy does. The guy who bought my fucking credit card, when we confronted him, he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm a Christian. And he's currently in my brother's truck because he's going to show us this guy that he supposedly bought it from. You gotta wonder what they're chatting about. We love it. Anyway, I was on a cute little date this morning, went and got breakfast, sat and talked in the sun, let this boy pierce my ear, just having a grand old time. Whole time someone was actively robbing me, actively spending money on my credit cards, and I didn't even check until 3 p.m. At least I got to make a meme about it. Okay, so this morning I was on a date and you were using my credit card. What did you buy?
So I bought first thing I bought 2 packs of cigarettes, 1 Marlboro Red, 1 Newport Green 100. Second was a shirt. It was like 12.
Oh, I saw the shirt company. I wondered what you got there. Nice,
Yeah,
it's a pretty cool shirt.
Thank you. And then also that hotel.
You got the hotel room. So we both had a fun morning.
Very eventful and still not done.
Very eventful and still not done yet. We're going on a trip with our favorite random guy that stole my credit card. Little Einstein. Hey, it's okay to laugh. You'll think it's funny when you're not scared. Yeah. So, fun fact, the guy that stole my card hangs out in this street area where my city is literally having a fucking festival today. So it's the worst possible day to try and find it. Alright, so we just came and checked this park and it's not here.
Yeah, we're figuring this out. I'm down text number right now.
He's texting him.
People, saying they're going to network, get a hold of this guy. Regardless, by tonight, we will have the job on.
We will have the purse by tonight.
Not that we're snitches, but she's password is wrong.
It is wrong, and I do need my password. As he was making his phone calls, Chris was like, be chill on the phone. He was like, I'm gonna be nonchalant as hell, dude. Okay, so we got the number from the guy who you bought the card from, so we are texting him and gonna go try to meet up with him.
Anyway, and
He just called me hot. He goes, I'm not gonna disappear because A, you're hot, and my brother goes, step back. Okay, so that guy did not help us find it. We finally released him from forcing him to drive around town and look for it. But yeah, he was no help, but we were literally just driving and I saw my tote bag and now we're at a red light and we're trying to turn and go see why this lady has my bag, because that was my bag and it looked very full of other stuff. Literally some lady walking with my bag, from my Paris trip, and she's just walking down the street with it. I love that. We're 2 fucking streets from my house. That is my bag. Okay, well, I got my bag back. It does have a new stain on it and a bit of a smell. Oh, it actually really does. Do you smell it? But I got my clothes back and my lipstick, which is great. I don't think it's been touched. My grandma's scissors, my hand sanitizer, my other lip gloss, my COVID card, but they did rip out my passport. Oh, I probably shouldn't have just showed my passport. They ripped it out and the passport's gone.
I wonder if this still legally counts.
And my wallet's gone.
As an ID.
No wallet, no passport. Yeah, I'm gonna try and use that as an ID. So, fuck. So in the bag was my passport, page ripped out, but my brother just called me and he found my passport in the back of his truck where that guy was riding, which means he was lying, which means he might have my wallet, so now we're gonna go meet him at Wendy's.
Just a little reminder of what she did in front of the Wendy's.
pussy. Sorry.
Okay, it turns out that guy was lying the whole time, and he's the one that stole my bag. So, not a super happy ending.
Definitely left your bag at the bar last night.
Not to be a nitpicky bitch, but if you realize that you left your bag at a bar last night in the morning, wouldn't your first thought be to lock your cards? And I get that it is so shitty when your bag gets taken, but you left it at the bar. It's not like that man actually robbed you. Dearest watcher, if you thought that couldn't get anywhere, let's go ahead and watch her cut up the shirt.
Good morning. I'm just wearing the shirt that the man who stole my purse yesterday purchased with my credit card. It says, "Leave the road, take the trail," which I think is really insightful. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, so I just thought I would show you how much fabric we have, and you could give me your best ideas for what I should turn this into. Also, it does kind of slap just as a comfy shirt. I see why he would steal my bag to buy it. Except not really, because he couldn't get that. A few days ago, a nice man did me the kindness of stealing my entire purse and buying the shirt with my credit card. So today, I'm going to turn it into something I will actually wear. Alright, so I've started by just cutting the shirt into these pieces. I don't really want to use this in my design, but I am going to use this. Okay, now I've cut out this piece and this piece. I'm going to go stitch them wrong sides together along the sides and at the top. Alright, so now I've stitched the sides together. I've taken both of the original long sleeves and added them up. Nope, lined them up. And then I'm making a cut that's the same width as this sleeve hole. I don't know if that's width. I don't know what this is, but the same, maybe length. Now I'm taking this makeshift sleeve and I'm lining it up right sides together with the inside of this shirt, and I'm going to go stitch along this edge all the way around and repeat on the other side. Now that those are all attached, I'm going to go finish this edge and this edge with a zigzag stitch and add a little ruffle here. I ended up going with a slightly more cropped look, but this is the final product. Definitely worth getting robbed for. I honestly just really, really hope someone asks me where my shirt's from.
So, which is it, Lily? Is it...
Or berated a homeless man, or they might have just looked straight up crazy. I'm going to address and disprove every element of those claims. I honestly just really, really hope someone asks me where my shirt's from.
The lack of empathy is just astounding. How are you deriving pleasure from taking the shirt off of someone else's back and cutting it up? We're coming to the end, so I'm going to add some more weird videos about dogs that she's posted here.
Nobody likes to hear this, nobody likes this about me, but I am just not a dog girl. I'm just not. Like, I feel like dogs require like a lot of empathy and you have to be very selfless. None of these are things that I feel that I'm strong at. I don't really want to smell you or touch you or be licked by you almost ever. But I certainly do not want your hair on my things, so I'm just not a dog girl. That's okay, we all have our flaws. You like dogs, that's yours. No, I'm kidding, don't destroy me. But anyway, I'm not a dog girl, but I have been watching my brother's dog. So he lives here now, and he's like a very sweet guy. He wants a lot of love that's difficult for me to give. And so I err on the side of like giving him gifts because I don't really want to touch him, but I can give you a little present so that he feels loved. So I gave him some, like a little bit of steak. It was steak that I had gotten with a boy, and I literally asked the boy, like, is it okay to give him some of this? He's like, yeah, he used to be a wolf. They used to only eat meat. Tell me why I woke up at 3:30 last night to a big pile of shit.
Sorry, that cut off weird. I was not going to subject you to seeing photos of that dog shit. Here's some other videos about dogs that rubbed me the wrong way that she's posted.
Guys, we found this dog eating trash in our alley, and we called. It has like a number on its tag, and we called, and they don't have the information yet, so we're taking it to get put down. Alright guys, we got in contact with the owners of the dog. She said its name is Bella, which is really weird because it's answering to Binky just fine. She sounds like she's having a really hard day. I feel like it's going to be hard for her once we tell her that we're putting it down. But
We already committed to the plan.
But we've committed to the plan, so at least she'll be in the know. Sorry, Binky. Binky, Binky. Binky's last
Going to
TikTok.
doggy heaven. We did our best.
We brought Binky. We brought Binky back to It's the exact same.
It's the exact house it was behind. I guess that makes sense.
Basically, just kidnap this dog. Alright, bye Binky, you're going home.
If I was already having a bad day and then some random chick on TikTok was talking about going and taking my dog to be put down, that would send me over the fucking edge. I'm just wondering in what world that's funny. Can someone explain that to me? I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the post she put on Instagram saying that mixed babies were in. I will be working on a part 2. I've just got some shit going on, but I hope you found what you were looking for. If there's any pieces I missed, go ahead and let me know in the comments. If you liked, please like, subscribe, all that jazz. Have a good night. Smoochies.